Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Chapter 4 of Marley and Me, the course. This is Changes at Home. Today we're going to look at the accent reduction piece of this lesson, and we're going to go through 3 simple rules which are going to help you sound more American. We're going to talk about Sara seria sarada. We're also going to take a look at connections between consonants and vowels, and of course, the invisible E is also going to be mentioned in this exercise. So, let's get started and let's go right to the text. There we go. There were 6 pages of notes. I showed them, Sara seria sarada. And here we don't need to actually pronounce the TH. We just say I showed to Jenny. Did I forget anything? Forget anything. Did I forget anything? So you can pretty much tell that when you see a D or a T at the end of a word, there's a great chance that there's going to be a vowel right after it. The D's and T's have a lot of influence on American English. Did I forget anything? I asked. The ED has 3 different sounds in here. Since you have K here and K has no sound, k, then it also requires a letter which has no sound, t, t, t. The T sound alone. I asked. Jenny read the notes. Then she said, "You can't tell Kathy all that." Jenny read the notes. You can see how the D and T, read the, you don't see read the notes. Then she said, "You can't, you gotta put a little emphasis there. You can't tell Kathy all that. She won't want to stay with Marley." But when Kathy read the notes, she smiled. "Marley and I will be fine," she said. "Marley and I will be fine," she said. "Have a great vacation. Have a." Jenny and I had a wonderful vacation in Ireland. So 2 connections here. Vacation in Ireland. The weather was fine and warm. We drove on small country roads. We drove on small country roads and walked by the ocean. At night, we stayed in the houses of Irish families. We forgot about our jobs in Florida. When we arrived home, because of this V sound here. When we arrived, since V has a sound, it requires a letter that has a sound. So arrived, When we arrived home, Marley, but it's a really, really short D though. When we arrived home, Marley ran outside to us. Kathy stood at the door. She looked, there's a T sound here because of the K. Looked. She looked very tired. Her bag was next to her. I'm sorry, she said, but Marley broke a lot of things in the house. Marley broke a lot of things in the house. He wasn't obedient, and you can see here that the NT rule goes into effect. Whenever you see NT like this, you just gotta remove the T, so you're actually not going to pronounce it. Wasn't, no obedient, and you can see the rule happening once again, and you see the NT here once again, and so you've got to remove the T, and what happens? You end up having a connection between the N and, all right? The connections don't stop there though. You still have he. Obedient, NE, right? So let's look at this. He wasn't obedient, ne, ni. Sometimes it sounds crazy, right? And he didn't listen to me. He wasn't obedient and he didn't listen to me. We thanked Kathy, but she wanted to leave very quickly. I turned to Marley. All right, Marley, I said. Tomorrow, you're going to learn about obedience. Look, learn about obedience. Learn about obedience. Obedience. The next morning, Jenny and I went back to work. But first, I put the chain around Marley's neck and took him for a walk. Put the chain around Marley's neck and took him for a walk. Marley started to pull me. Sit, Marley, I said. Marley sat. Okay, let's try that again. That, com D. Let's try that again, I said. We started whenever the CD sound, whenever you have a T or D behind it, then it's pronounced as id. We started to walk in. Marley pulled me again. I made the, and you can see that since we don't pronounce the E, and whenever you have the D and the T sound, you don't make them. You don't make them twice at least. You just go may, the. Why? Because the TH, although it's a TH, it has a D sound. And that's why you connect it with that D. So may the chain very short and pull them back. It hurt him. We don't put Sara seria sarada here because it's intonated. Look, pull them, de. All right, so that's a hard sound, right? Look at this. Her, rem, that's a soft sound. You can do a sarasiria sarada right there. It, her, rem, but it was the only way. But it was the only way. But it was. And you can see that the intonation is right here as well. That's why that doesn't become a Seria Sarada. All right, so but it was the only way. In the end, he learned his lesson. He learned his, right here, lesson. He walked next to me and didn't pull me. I felt very happy. Good, Marley, I said. I'm the boss. Some days later, Jenny called me at the office. John, she said. Just checking to see if I forgot anything. Good, I didn't. I just wanted to make sure. John, she said, I went to see the doctor. I'm going to have a baby. And right here, you're going to see something really amazing. Look, this right here, going, if you try to sound it out, going, there's no G there. So technically, there's an NT right there. And what happens when you have an NT together? You don't pronounce the T exactly. So when I do the fast shadowing, the natural shadowing, I'm going to say, I'm going new, have a baby. All right? Either I'm going new or I'm going I can say either or. I'm going new or I'm going have a baby. Have a baby. Have a baby. This time, Jenny and I were very careful and careful and we put away every chemical in the house. Jenny looked well. She got up early each morning and olha o NG aqui. Can you see how it's got an NH sound? Nha, 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 like in amanhã. So early each morning, Yan took Marley for a walk by the ocean. When we went to the doctor, we saw our baby on the machine. But I didn't forget about Marley. I worked with him every day. So I worked with him every day. Marley was more obedient now. But he didn't listen to me all the time. He came when I called them sometimes. In our yard, we had a fruit tree. Do you see how you only pronounce the T sound once when you see it two times? Fruit tree, not fruit tree. Marley loved eating fruit. But it loved eating, D. Can you see how the emphasis is on the D? That's why it doesn't become a sarasiria sarada. Pay attention. You're going to see that a lot here in this chapter. loved eating fruit, but it went through him quickly. But it went through him quickly. Through him. Actually, there's no consonant vowel here. Through. That's a vowel sound, so I apologize. You can see that these are consonants, but there's not an actual consonant sound. So, through him. No connection there. Quickly. His poop was everywhere. Was everywhere. Was everywhere. Ran the yard. He ate a lot of, he ate a lot of other things. He ate a lot of other things too. These went through him. There's no connection there. I keep thinking there's a connection in through. Through him, and you just gotta sound it out in your ear. That's all I'm doing. I'm just sounding it out in my ear here and seeing, is there a consonant? Is there a vowel sound there? And you can do that too. It's pretty easy once you keep practicing. Through him and came out in his poop. Toys, pens, and bottle tops. I bought Jenny a beautiful chain for her birthday. Do you see how I can go for her birthday, or I can just say for her birthday? It's no big deal. You can do one or the other. It's really no big deal which one you do. For her is easier in your mouth to do, but you can do for her. No problem. She loved it. And she put it around. Put it around their neck. Put it around their neck. But some hours later, she cried, my chain, where is it? Where is it? Maybe I didn't put it on right. Put it on right. We didn't go outside, I said. So it's here in the house. So it's here in the house. Didn't. We looked in every. We looked. Right here is looked. We looked. So it's going to be we looked in. There's a T sound here, all right? Look, tin, because of this K here. That says that I have to use a T sound. K has no sound, and t has no sound. So it's easier for you to transition from K to T. We looked in every room, but we couldn't find the chain. Suddenly, Jenny said, What's that in Marley's mouth? I saw the end of a thin chain. Oh no, I cried. Okay, Marley, it's all right. Come here now. Please give us give us the chain. But Marley only looked at us. But Marley only looked at us. Suddenly, he threw his head back. He's eating the chain, cried Jenny, eating the chain. I opened his mouth and pushed my hand down. But I couldn't find the chain. We'll have to wait, I said. The chain will go through Marley and come out, niz, poop. And come out in his poop. I gave Marley lots of fruit. We waited for 3 days. I followed Marley everywhere when he pooped. I looked. Look, these two have the same T sound. That's the T sound. Why? Because P has no sound. And K has no sound. Pooped. Looked for the chain. But it wasn't there. On the 4th day, I found it. After I washed it, T sound, right? Wash, sh. So therefore you have to have a T sound. Washed it. It was very clean. It had a beautiful shine. That's wonderful, Jenny said. It shines better than before. Jenny wore that chain for years. You gotta make that sound, right? Ra. For years. When I saw it, I always thought of Marley. Our son was born in St. Mary's Hospital in Palm Beach. We called him Patrick, an Irish name. Things are going new. Change at. Whoa, hang on a second. Change at home for Marley now, said Jenny. Maybe he won't like the changes. I brought Jenny and Patrick home from the hospital. Patrick was asleep and we put him on our bed. Then we went to the garage and brought Marley into the house. He followed Jenny into the bedroom, but he didn't see Patrick on the bed. Then Patrick made a small noise and Marley's ears went up. There's no T, right? and T right there. Good. Where did that noise come from? Patrick made another noise. Marley held up a paw. And Jenny and I watched them. There's a T sound here, right? T sound. Watch. So therefore, T sound. Watch them. Watch them. What's Marley going to do? Or, what's Marley going to do? I thought. Marley jumped up onto the bed. I pulled them back quickly. Look at how interesting this is. Do you see the CK sound? K. And look at this Q sound. K. It's the same sound, so you're not going to say, I pulled them back quickly. You don't have to do that in English. So you're just going to say, I pulled them back quickly. Quickly and held them. Patrick's eyes were very wide. But Marley didn't want to hurt Patrick. He sniffed all around. He sniffed all around them. He sniffed all around them. Now Marley had a new best friend. When he was near Patrick, he wasn't wild and crazy. At night, he slept under Patrick's bed. 6 months later, Patrick started to move around. Marley lay on the floor and Patrick climbed over Ram. Patrick climbed over Ram. Sometimes Patrick pulled Marley's fur, but Marley lay quietly and didn't move. We were parents now and we were happy. We had our wonderful baby. We had our dog. We had our house by the ocean. Life was good. Then, when Patrick was 9 months old, Jenny said, I'm going to have another. I'm going to have another baby. So what do you think? Pretty cool, right? Lots of different connections. You definitely are going to practice your Sara seria sarada. And you saw that the E at the end of the words, it's just the reason why we exclude it is to make room for the consonant vowels. That's its job, basically, because you don't pronounce it. So technically, it doesn't exist. That's why we remove it. All right, well, 30 minutes into the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. The next exercise is going to be slow shadowing. That's what we have up next. And so, why wait? I'll see you in the slow shadowing exercise in just a few seconds. Come on, let's go. Let's get over there. See ya.